brings you the divisional round of the NFL playoffs, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Steelers and the Broncos, and it's coming up next.
And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, Newton. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. The quarterback run good for 10 that time, but it does lead to a 3rd down. And he's got room. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I'd go right at him with another momentum play. I'd go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try the air now with Newton. And this will be caught by his big tight end, Ebron, for a Steeler touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Steelers are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Forget about the storylines of being intimidated in the playoffs on the road. I mean, that was pretty clinical right there.
Yeah, they didn't treat it like it was a playoff game in January, did they?
No.
Well, that felt much more like, hey, we're back in August, running a few drills in the practice field. They seem unaffected by what they're facing in this one.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is RG3. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now Griffin on first down.
That's complete. Okuebuna.
And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down. Now Gordon on first down. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good.
And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And it's a... last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Newton. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Gets through, and now an opening. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Throw left side, taken in by Claypool.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
A first throw now for the backup Roethlisberger. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Working his way in there that time, Melvin Ingram to make the stop. Throwing on 2nd and long. Roethlisberger. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play action with Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they'll have great field position here as the ball will be at the 15-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos have taken the lead.
So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out.
And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. The tackle made that time by Bryce Callahan.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 9. Dancing to his left. Finding some room at midfield. Cam wisely hitting the deck at the end as he slides and has the first as well. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. On the give, this is Harris. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The Steelers on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Newton. And this is going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Boswell's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Now it's Roethlisberger. Flushed out right. And he'll find Sutton on the right side complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Roethlisberger.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On third down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to battle his way down right around the 2-yard line.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. 5. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up.
KJ Hamler returning it. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see what they opt to do with just 14 seconds remaining until intermission.
Play action. It's Roethlisberger.
This will be caught. Judy.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. He completes this to Sutton. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Bronco offense ready to begin this third quarter of play. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is, and doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs the year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality.
There goes Melvin Gordon. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Broncos come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. So Melvin Gordon, he has been a 1,000-yard rusher in this league. No more for getting the tough yards, but he breaks off a big one there.
And they've had little to no success stopping him on the ground all game long because that's his 3rd touchdown of the game. And by far, the best touchdown of the bunch. They came in this game knowing that they needed to rely on him, and the defense knew they needed to slow him down. Yet he's delivered in a big way, and he's been sensational.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
On second down, this is Harris. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Now Newton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Newton now to throw.
Right side, Claypool's got it.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It's Kareem Jackson making the play defensively. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. On first down, it's Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now it's Newton.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
Yeah, we'll see how determined they are. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On second down, Gordon once more.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now it's Griffin. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Good spot on the field to go for it. Kind of no man's land, as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter's telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow. Might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, if you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. This time, Griffin will throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Well, he had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Broncos! Mark Andrews, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Broncos are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. McManus's point after is good, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Looking to throw again on second down. Newton. And this will be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And the Steelers on third down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Mike Purcell, he's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down.
We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Good yardage on the completion there. When they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Cam's throw complete there to Johnson.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Newton throwing again. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Eric Ebron, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Hamler now to return it. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book the...
There goes Melvin Gordon, the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon, 77 yards.
And the Broncos are drawing closer to a date in the AFC title game as they extend this fourth quarter lead.
Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now up to 14.
The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And how about the situation that we're in right now, because this is the fourth quarter. So you know there's some tired legs out there on defense and probably some tired minds as well trying to chase guys around for 4 quarters. But this is where conditioning, athleticism, that separates the good backs from the great backs, and that was an A-plus effort right there.
Newton now to throw.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Throwing again on second down. Newton. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. To throw is Newton. It's brought in by Harris. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
Here's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Cam wisely hitting the deck at the end as he slides and has the first as well. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Come on now, let's go.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. On 3rd down, Griffin.
That's complete. Akule-Bunam.
Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40.
Buddy Johnson there on the stop.
Oh, Griffin's going to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end, Andrews. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 13-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. They'll run on first down. It's Gordon, and he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Broncos continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
And they knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this fourth quarter.
On 1st and 10, Newton.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. That's second down.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Newton.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Throwing on third down, Newton. He's going to let it fly.
And this will be incomplete. Both players with a shot at it that time, but neither coming away with it.
Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. Griffin going to throw it. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. They go play action with Griffin. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. And they have secured a spot in the conference championship. And now you can start to smell it at this point in the season, can't you?
You really can, because the focus has been one game at a time, not looking ahead. But when you get to the conference championship game and you know you're there, the Super Bowl does loom in the future.